Hilfiger, Nika, Star Report. Saturday evening, I am your host, the illustrious and praiseworthy Troy Terrain, PKA Star, repping Plainfield, New Jersey. I haven't referenced them in a while. I need to start showing them a little bit more respect, all right? That's not my hometown, but that's next to my hometown, which is Scotch Plains. You should know that. Okay, Saturday night, I had a decent day running errands like most of you, and I want to discuss a few topics, somewhat of a conspiracy, but you can't say that word because of the algorithms, all right? So we're going to go with the working title of LSU star Angel Reese. She's going to the White House. She announced this yesterday, according to my notes, on Sports Center. I watched the interview. And salute to this young lady. What is she? What did they call her? The Bayou Barbie double queen or something? Correct me if I'm wrong. She said, I'm a team player. The team is going, so I'm going to go. What say you? Huh? Florida boy Jay, I immediately called him because I thought about his slogan. He's the first one I heard say this. The bag got different, so I got different. Did Angel Reese get different? Troll babies. To my knowledge, she makes more money being a sophomore in college than she would in the WNBA. Yes, no? So the team is going to the White House. I don't think Iowa's going anymore. I don't know if somebody got in her ear. Maybe Jigga Man hollered at her. Maybe Jigga Man say, yo, listen, don't fall into that Colin Kaepernick thing, we're beyond kneeling. Let's just go there, meet the president, the first lady, and get your bag. Maybe it's that simple, okay? Either way, there was a lot of black women kicking up dust on the Shade Room. Yes, no, maybe you guys up to speed? Oh, they were talking hella crazy about the first lady, who they voted for, most of them, the Shade Room audience. And then Angel Reese got a call from Sleepy Joe, our president, but I didn't vote for him, okay? All right, so that's my working title because certain things you can't put in the show title. The algorithms just won't recommend the topics. Now, showrunner. I'll be very honest with you, I had not done the research. Supposedly, we're going back to the moon. Supposedly, we're going back to the moon. Let me take a sip of my wine. It's a Saturday night. Let that sink in for a second. We're going back. Multiple sources. My question to you, did we ever go there? Was that a big hoax? All black people love a hoax. I was staged. We never left the dome. Troll babies, good evening, good evening, good evening. Did we ever go to the moon? Did NASA fake it? Now, I'm going to say something. Well, actually, I'm going to wait. I think we may have went, I'm not sure, but I'm going to point something out that I have said to you guys before, well over 15, maybe even 20 years ago. There's what appears to be proof that we did go. However, don't let me sway your opinions, your thoughts. If you want to call in and say, nah, that's cap. We didn't have the technology. We wouldn't have lasted outside of certain layers. Call in. Super Chat, Cash App, Crook from the Brook. Got your donation early. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, did they fake it? And are we going for the first time now? Did we finally get the technology? Now, I don't remember whether my father believed we went to the moon or not. My father was in the U.S. Navy. You know this already when he was a teenager. I don't remember whether my father said that the Caucasian is what did he say? The supreme liar on the planet. So he may not have believed that Whitey went to the moon. Oh, and what is that song? Gil Scott-Heron, Whitey's on the moon. Rat bit my sister Nell today, but Whitey's on the moon. Something. and Whitey's on the moon. Anyway, so that's my first showrunner topic. Did NASA fake the moon landing? Now, let me put something else on the screen, the showrunner. Shh. We have to be careful saying these things because of the algorithms. Did Big Pharma make us blank blank? Troll babies, can you read that? Don't even say G-A-Y. But Big Pharma making us gender fluid? I pulled a couple of notes here. Let me just lay some things out for you. New York Post put out an article back in 2021. There's a drug I can't pronounce, MEDROXY, PROGESTERONE, whatever that. A common drug in gender-affirming therapy has long been used to chemically castrate sex offenders. So there have been drugs, and there are drugs that they use to suppress, enhance sexual, urges and feelings and things of that nature. There's another widely used medication in Lupron, Lupron, a controversial hormone blocker. This was used to initially develop lower testosterone levels in men with prostate cancer. So there is medical evidence and proof that they can alter, what's the other word I'm looking for here? There's a word that I'm looking for. Give me a second. Mutate certain genes in your body. And with less than a year ago, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, has now approved lab-grown meat. Okay, there's Posilac. We've had that discussion for about, the growth hormone that's put into the feed that they give to the fish, whether they're farm-raised, wild-caught, chickens, cows. And there's not enough chickens on the planet, folks, to feed all of us, right? We've had that discussion before. There's plastic rice. There's fake eggs. Oh, my goodness. So is Big Pharma making us gender, I'm going to say it, fluid, okay? Now, this particular showrunner topic was inspired by me today being at Walmart early this morning, roughly 10 a.m., and I'm looking for a few items, and a big brolic nigga, he's like going in front of me, and he said, "Oh, excuse me." Startled me. Nigga looks like he's about 280, 5'10", and the nigga had fingernails like goddamn Saucy Santana. I didn't hate on him. I just, what the fuck, what the fuck? So I get out of his way. I let him get whatever he's looking for. But I'm just, I'm saying to myself, as I've said before, it's real extra down here. It's real extra, overly flamboyant. Is Atlanta being targeted by certain meds? Food, dairy, poultry. Is Big Pharma involved? I've got some more notes. Just give me a second. I just want to throw that out there where this particular topic came from. There's research and development in the pharmaceutical industry. Where did this come from? Okay, I gotta find my source here in a second. Hold on. So they're talking about research and development. The pharmaceutical industry developed 83 billion expenditures in 2019. So that's my question. Well, two questions. Is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? All right. Okay, sit tight on the phones. I'm going to get my head right here. Jay Clark, I got your donation. Josh has sent you an email. I think you're onto something with New York Drill. Hey, man, thank you for your support. DJ Alias is loading up tomorrow morning 25 new drill songs on shot97.com. Okay, thank you, Josh, I got your donation, okay? And, okay, phone lines are open. LSU star Angel Reese. She's going to the White House. What say you? Is that a good thing? Should she protest? And what would she be protesting? Would she be exemplifying bad black behavior if she doesn't go? Salty, angry. What are some of the other words we always use, troll babies? You know? Always mad. I think she made her point. They uninvited the Iowa team, so now it's just LSU. Let me go to my troll babies first. Should she go? Yeah, I didn't think about Dana. Maybe I should ask Dana. Dana, are you out there? You want to call in? Hold on. Dana, I'm live. Dana with the data. Somebody said, where's Dana? Very good suggestion. Dana, I'm live. I'm live. Or if there's a female of color, call in right now. Let's set the show off. Where's Sarah? Sarah's been calling in. She made some good points. Sarah's called into the show twice. I think that's her name. Okay, Blade, I got your email. Star, the moon landing was more believable than a certain event in the 1930s that alleges things having to do with lampshades, showers, and bars of soap. Okay. Vernicia, got your donation. Thank you so much. Rondell, I got your donation. We sipping on that Cali Red tonight. I got some 19 Crimes wine tonight. 19 Crimes. Okay, thank you for your donation, Rondell. Okay, sir, whoever you are, if sending a donation, just don't send me an email as if I'm going to read it, ha, 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 he. Okay, thank you, Blade. I got your donation as well, okay? Okay, Mo Skrilla, salute Boss Hog for the Saturday night stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to dumb out. Let me just say that in case I didn't. If you want to talk crazy, send in a donation, call in, talk a little crazy. A lot of people don't believe that we landed on the moon. Is it more so black people? Oh, okay. Oh, now a couple of people saying the Snoop Cali Red wine is the truth. Last week it was trashed. Tonight's the truth, okay? Darren, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Yeah, Saturday night, did NASA fake the moon landing? So you know what? Hold on. Let me just lay this out, actually, why I believe we may have landed on the moon. Then you guys can chime in. Apollo 11, to be precise, okay? July the 16th through the 24th was the American space flight that first landed humans on the moon. Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, okay, lunar module pilot. Now, Buzz Aldrin did an interview that many people look to with Conan O'Brien. I forget what year it was, but Buzz Aldrin, when he was talking to Conan O'Brien, he said, after Conan O'Brien asked him a question, "No, you didn't." Conan was talking about he was watching the moon landing as a kid in 1969. Buzz Aldrin said, and there's video footage, "No, you didn't, because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking the picture. You watched animation, so you associated what you saw with you heard me talking about. You know how many feet we're going to the left and right. And then I said contact light, engine stopped, a few other things. And then Neil said Houston Tranquility Base. The Eagle has landed." Now, if you know what I'm talking about, that's cool. But let me just say this. Here's the reason why I think we may have went and landed. The reflectors. Anybody know about the reflectors that are now on the moon? How many reflectors? Okay. They are on the moon. You can see them. Google successfully placed reflectors, hold on a second, list of retro reflectors, on the moon. Okay? What does that mean to you? That don't mean nothing, Star. They could have used Photoshop. 313, can you hear me? Testing. 313, good evening. Good evening.
Me?
313, good evening. Can you hear
Hello?
me? Hey.
Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir. How are you? I had a little trouble earlier, man. Thank you for being patient. Where do you want to start?
Man, I like how you brought up that topic in regards to people in space, man. I've always wondered that, and then I've always heard the people saying that it's a myth and all that other stuff, man. So I just found it interesting that you even brought that topic up. And just before I called in, I went and listened to that Conan interview you were talking about with Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin, yeah. But now some people are saying that he said he's describing something about animation and people took his words out of context. What say you?
Well, he told Conan, he said, well, no, you didn't see me on TV. What I was doing, I was explaining it to you about what I saw. But then if you think about it, just my personal opinion, from my understanding, I don't think we've ever been back up there since they so-called went. So I don't think they went in the first place.
How old are you, sir? How old are you?
37. I'm Cleo G. I called in a couple times, man. But yeah,
I don't remember, sir. I'm an alcoholic. I don't remember. Okay, but now hang on a second. And I'm not trying to clown you in any way, shape, or form. Most Americans are not history buffs. They don't know about the Copernican Revolution or the Treaty of Tripoli. That's just not who we are. We're consumers. We're just everybody's gimme. I want more. That's who we are as Americans. However, do you see the glass as halfway empty or halfway full? And are you a black person, respectfully?
Well, I am black.
Okay.
So, but I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm not saying that it's impossible. I just think, from my understanding, that was back in the 50s, 60s when they had the race to get to the moon between all of the countries, and the U.S. went up there.
Yes.
But I just think that it's weird with all of the advances in technology and all of that stuff that we haven't went back. I can't remember the exact shuttle that went up that upon takeoff, there was like a O-ring or something that blew up. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've kind of been following it a little bit, but yeah, nobody's ever been back up there, from my understanding, since then. And then if you look at certain pictures, the American flag is kind of like waving. So I mean, is there wind up there? I mean, who knows? So,
are you racist, sir?
Interesting.
I'm sorry. Are you racist?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you racist?
Am I? I think we all are.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, extremely. Yeah.
Do you believe white folks and their propaganda for the most part?
I personally don't.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you in on a little secret here.
Well, let me say this before you let me in on your secret.
Here in Michigan, and I went.
Apollo 11 was supposedly the first, followed by 6 further trips to the moon, 5 of which landed successfully. 12 men walked on the lunar surface in total, but in 1970, future Apollo missions were canceled. Apollo 17 became the last crew mission to the moon. Go ahead, you were saying? Go ahead.
No, when you were talking about, do I believe the white people's propaganda, I go to where Nuri Muhammad. Yeah. Without saying too much, I just went and seen him when he was in Michigan here last week. So that should, I don't want to mess up the algorithm. That should go to see how I feel about what white people say. So.
Well, now hang on, sir. Brother Nuri Muhammad is mulatto. He's half white.
And so is the minister. So is the minister.
So in reality, and I say this with all due respect because I've been watching him for a lot of years. He's a whole lot sharper than Rissa Islam. He's half.
Man.
He's half devil.
Man, he was
and the devil knows its own.
up there on that fly jiggy stuff, man. Looked like he had on a silk bow tie.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
Never mind Rissa Islam. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So in reality, brother Nuri Muhammad, the devil knows its own. He's high yellow, yes.
Yeah, yeah, just like me. So yeah.
Woo. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor. Get finish up. Come on.
No, man. I just want to say thank you for taking my call, man. I thoroughly enjoy the show all the time, man.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, phones are working. Saturday night. Let's get to it, huh? What about the reflectors on the moon? The retro reflectors. Oh, my mother made me carry little books, as you know, in my back pocket. Come in the house, sometimes she grabbed me by the afro just to turn me around and see if I had the book in the back pocket. I'm putting, here it is right there. Nancy Drew, The Hardy Mysteries, Arthur C. Clarke, it's right there, it's right there. Like your parents, call in and admit that your mother and father, especially if you're a West Indian or any type of a melanated person, your parents did the same thing to you. You had to carry books. 410, good evening. Saturday night, conspiracy
What's
night.
going on, Star?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I do believe that we went to the moon.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. I just believe that shit is my whole life.
Sir, you can use profanity if you've sent in a donation. Otherwise, I need you to slow that down. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. So look, I do believe that man went to the moon, though. And as far as the Angel Reese thing, that's why I really called in.
Come on.
The Angel Reese thing.
Come on.
I'm from Baltimore, man. I don't think she should go. Now, the thing is, I don't think she should just flat out say, no, I'm not going.
Right.
Because then it'll be some backlash behind it. So say she's going now, but mysteriously come up with some type of illness when it's time to go.
Sir, she's already said she's going. Did you see her on Sports Center?
No.
She was cheesing.
No. That's what
She was cheesing.
Agree to go.
Go ahead.
Agree to go, but when the day before or the day of, say she's sick and don't go. That's what I'm saying. I think she should say, just so it's no backlash, because she got a lot of NIL money. So it's no backlash. Yeah, agree to go. But, come up sick when it's time to go. That's all.
Okay, now hang on a second. You're from Bmore, yes?
Right, but I live in Houston now, but I'm originally from Baltimore.
Home of the 12 o'clock boys. I've been to Bmore on multiple occasions. If you don't know, O-Star was there right after Freddie Gray died. Somebody killed him. The police were clear, so we don't know who killed him. Okay, so she's...
Another thing, she went...
Hang on, sir. Hang on.
She went to St. Francis, man, so I'm rolling with it.
Nice. But now, as you're a father, you just you referenced your child. Do you think it's a good thing for her to go and not follow that Colin Kaepernick, being defiant?
Nah. To me, it's not.
Come on.
Nah, it's not about that. It's about that Joe Biden. It was disrespectful what she said, man. I ain't trying to hear no sportsmanship stuff, man. It was disrespectful, and if Iowa would have won, Joe Biden would not have invited LSU. That's the whole thing. I'm standing on that. And when you said earlier to the other caller, is he a racist? And then he said everybody is racist. And at that moment, Joe Biden felt sorry for the white girls.
Yeah. Now you do know that Jim Crow Joe called her. She was on the phone with Jim Crow Joe.
Right. I mean, listen, he's not beyond that. You really think he liked working underneath Barack, a white man working for a black man, being underneath of him? He didn't like that. He didn't like, but he had to play his part at the time.
Played his position. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Did you vote? Did you vote for Biden, sir?
Hey, LBJ
Sir?
said it himself.
Sir, did you vote for Biden? Did you vote for Biden?
Yeah, I voted for him.
Oh!
I voted for him.
Oh!
But listen, honestly, man, it was either that or don't vote at all. Now look, I don't like Trump, but I'm not gonna sit here and say Trump didn't say anything that was right. I just don't like him. You see what I'm saying? And it's a number of things he did. I'm not rocking with him all the way back from the Central Five. I'm not rocking with him. The Central Park Five. I'm not rocking with Trump, man.
Sir, how old are you? We're having that talk tonight.
I'm 50.
Okay. I'm 58. Listen to me. The Central Park Five, they were vindicated. However, what the fuck were they doing up in the park that time of night?
Hey, listen, I'm not. You know what, man? You could be
Sir! What were they doing up in the park? You're talking to a nigga that used to go on vamping missions up in Van Cortlandt Park. Huh? Vamp.
I can't speak on what they was doing in their store. They said they was on the wild. They was wilding out. Ain't that what they originally did in there? But they didn't rape anybody.
Wildin'. Okay, so listen. Never mind the Central Park Five. Never mind Trump to vote for him. So, but now, after Jim Crow Joe told Charlemagne, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, you still voted for him?
I wasn't rocking with that. Hey, but I'm telling you, hey.
Let's get him up out of here, man. Thank you for the call, sir. Let me get my head right. Crack this 19 crimes one. Okay, the phone lines are working now. Let's get to it, goddamn. You got the right one. Got the right one. And the big zesty nigga up in the goddamn Walmart. Nigga said, oh, excuse me, I just said, nigga, why you acting all feminine? That's how you guys say it, feminine. Just go on and get your shit, man, and get the fuck on. Bitch ass nigga. That's what I said, under my breath. Bitch ass nigga. I mean, nigga was too big to tussle with, Definitely would have had to dump two in his big ass. But hold on a second. Is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? Now, I know you love your kids, for those of you who have kids. But now you have to be honest with yourself if you live selves in the Atlanta metro area. All these little niggas are down here switching and keying up in Kroger's. Juicy Crab, huh? Hold on a second.
Honest with yourself.
718, turn that down, please, in the background. 718, are you ready?
All these little niggas.
Let's get him out of here, whoever that is. Jesus, don't call me like that. 917, good evening. Good evening, 917.
Hey, Star.
Yes, sir.
It's John Flowers.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. What's cracking?
Not much. What's poppin'? You had me cracking up
What's that?
A little while ago.
What's that, man?
When you was talking to the gentleman about Joe Biden. Never mind.
Yeah,
Star, thanks, man.
Jim
Thank you
Crow.
for,
Jim Crow show. That's what we called him back in the day. How the fuck could you vote for Jim Crow Joe? Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So thank you for taking the call. Thank you for taking the email.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what's
yeah.
good?
So I wanted to promote tonight.
Let's go.
Thank you. So for everybody that can hear my voice, Star mentioned earlier about 10% off of any of the photography services that my company provides by using discount code STAR. So 10% off headshots, any events that you're having. If there's a wedding, if you're getting married, or you know someone that is getting married, the gift of saving 10% on the price will help. I wanted to, if anybody's interested in booking any photography services for the month of April, right now, currently by using discount code STAR, you can take 10% off But if you want an additional 5%, if you go to my website, johnflowersphotos.com,
Right.
think of any photography services that you might need. If you book and commit during the month of April, you can actually save an additional 5%.
Okay.
So if you're looking for headshots, portraits, or just anything event-wise, reach out to me, John Flowers, on Instagram. I'm at Mr. Flowers Photos, and on TikTok. And again, use code STAR to save 10%.
Yeah. Now hang on a second, man, because I thought about us having this discussion here tonight. For those who don't know, John Flowers, there's a banner in my community section with a link to his social media info. You're out of the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut area, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you do any specials like free photos for gay couples on such and such a day? Anything like that?
No, but we have had we've had clinics where we've done free headshots for anybody, no particular community, nothing to that effect.
Well, listen, no, the reason why I ask is because I did a campaign with vegan, out here in the Atlanta metro area, and they were having a lot of success, man, with like Tuesday nights, free vegan specials for gay couples only, and he was packing the goddamn house. So sometimes you have to, play into certain, marketing. I'm dead ass. If you try something like that, man, you might see some success.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to have another conversation with you. I might want to look into that because anything green works for me. So it doesn't matter what color you are or what group you're part of. If you're spinning green, we can work with you. But definitely want to pander to some types if that's going to help build, help get my numbers up and
Hang on a second.
that kind of thing. So
hold on. I'm sorry,
sure.
man. I'm moving so slow here. John Flowers. I'm sipping my wine, John. It's Saturday night. Let me get your information on the screen, okay? www.johnflowersphotos.com, folks. He's out of the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania area. Yeah, man. So aside from just the discounts and the special weddings and stuff like that, what about if you bring your children under 10, free photo shoots for the children, and then a discount for the parents. But bring the kids, you'll shoot the kids for free, and then discount the parents. There's got to be some incentive to come, in my opinion.
Yeah, do you know what? I can definitely work around something like that. So I think we can. I can shoot you an email. We can have another consultation, and maybe you can give me some pointers.
Let's talk right now, John. Let's talk right now. Never mind emails. Let's talk right now. What about shooting dogs? Do you shoot people's dogs? I mean, I don't mean like shoot with a gun. I mean like, do you shoot their dogs' photos?
No, but pet photography is definitely something that I am interested in. There's a lot of beautiful pets in my neighborhood. A lot of my coworkers, a lot of my neighbors have beautiful pets.
Troll babies, talk to John about shooting photos for dogs, cat lovers free on Thursdays. I'm trying to help you, man.
And for anybody that live in the New York City area where I live, some of y'all got rats. You want me? I could do a photo shoot with your rat.
Why'd you go there, man?
No, that was a low blow.
Yeah.
That was a low blow. I should never said that. But.
Okay, so look, man, www.johnflowersphotos.com. Your banner is in my community section, and it will be ran after the show.
Thank you, Star.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. Anything else you want to mention, or you want to talk behind the scenes tomorrow, Monday? What?
Yeah, just one quick thing I wanted to mention, Star. I had thought about you like recently. Okay. I've been covering the comedy nights in Harlem at a comedy club called Comedy in Harlem.
Nice.
So I've been shooting it. So every time I'm in Harlem, I think of you because I'm like, what if Dame Dash walks in here? Oh. And then that's it. I'll land my plane right there, like FBJ would say. Star, it's great talking to you.
Good to talk to you, John. Thank you, man.
I'll tap in tomorrow, sir. Have a great show.
Yes, sir. Okay. John Flowers tapping in. All right. Jamar, I got your donation. Thank you for your support. Star, did you see Michael Bivins break down the NBA playoffs? No, thank God I didn't see that. Well, what is he, like 248 pounds now? He's supposedly some basketball aficionado, but yet and still he never played the game. Please send me the link so I can just be annoyed. There's some club in Houston. I want to salute this club. I don't do shout-outs. Is it 50-15? Guys, give me a second. We'll come back to the topic. I just want to get on some hate and shit for a second. Anybody know the club I'm talking about in Houston, Texas? 50-15. Some type of legend, something. Okay, bar 50-15. There it is. Oh, they got it popping. Yeah, Alameda Road in Houston, Texas. Anybody from Houston? I saw Bobby Brown step out of a van. I guess he was doing a walkthrough. And he had a big pack of Franks on the back of his neck. His cheeks were so swollen, he sounded congested. And I guess his feet are swollen, so the laces and the sneakers couldn't be tied. For those who don't know, Bobby Brown smashed one of my hoes. She wasn't my girl; she was a hoe. I was trying to pimp her. He slutted her out after one of his shows in Madison Square Garden, and the bitch came home broke. And I want to see that nigga, just in his worst state. But thank you for your donation. Pardon me, Jamar. Old Taku. Star, did you ever watch any Elvis movies? That was my guy, man. What are you kidding me? Like Kid Galahad? Yes. I watched all Elvis Presley movies, and I've said this before. Elvis was one of the best gospel singers, and come on, man. Are you kidding me? Gorilla Zoe got your donation. STAR stands for Salute to All Rats. Okay, people have said that before. Hold on a second. Area code 213. Good evening. LSU star Angel Reese is going to the White House. Are you up to speed? 213. Yes, no,
Yeah.
maybe. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Big J.
Hey, what's up, man? How can we help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm talking about the pharmacist. What is it, pharmaceutical?
Yeah.
I think that.
Hold on a second. Is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? That's a question. I pulled a couple of notes. Any thoughts on that? I mean, they've been giving children Ritalin over the years to make them less hyper and other things that I don't know about. But what say you? Big Pharma.
I think maybe they might have some tentacles in the weed industry. I heard Dr. Wesley Muhammad say on an interview one time that they see the ties between weed and women acting more masculine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I did my Google research.
Okay.
And I seen they said extensive use of it could have women growing facial hair. So I think they might doing some sneaky stuff. That was me with that donation, and I was talking about the cousin to Frisco when you was making reference to the guy in the store.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's not far-fetched, I mean, whether people want to go down the rabbit hole or not. I mean, black folk have been guinea pigs for the government and the medical industry for centuries, if you will. So, I'm not just talking to hear myself talk. There's something going on in the Atlanta metro area. You can't necessarily blame white supremacy, or is it a different type of white supremacy? Is it, again, the medical, insurance industry, people, I don't know. I don't know.
So y'all might be next to get the reparations. besides Frisco.
Well, I'm almost 60, sir. So, I mean, if I'm around for another 20 years, that would be a good thing. But, I mean, I plan to move to Germany within less than 9 years, personally. I'll be out of here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Last thing.
Okay.
Angel Reese, with Jill Biden. I think that's part of the whole administration with all this inclusion on everybody counts and everybody's in and everything. So that was that plus the racist card. That's what I think is going on. And I don't think she should go just to start a firestorm.
Do you think Jay-Z had a conversation with her? Because one of those girls on that LSU team is already signed to Rock Nation. Do you know that?
Yeah, the one with the bars. Yeah, the one with the bars.
I don't know.
Yeah, he probably stuck his nose in there. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Because Rihanna had totally denounced performing at halftime of the Super Bowl. I remember she said, "Oh no, I could never do that." "Quote unquote, I could never do that." And then boom, she did it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
all right. Thank you for the call, man. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Yes, sir. Okay. Is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? Hold on a second. Who's texting me? Okay, Skylar. Okay, Skylar Saunders is Roger. Okay, Rory says, I'll try to check in. Okay. Maybe he's a little busy. Saturday night. Huh? Guys, tomorrow morning, DJ Alias will be loading up 25 new songs on shot97.com. Drill rap. And the channel is doing really good. Thank you for the people that come back, the listeners who, well, we have the different breakdowns, the analytics, but there are a lot of people who come back. They listen, in the mornings. And the music that's going to be programmed tomorrow, we're going to have some more female drill rappers. Hold on a second, guys. I want to make sure I'm promoting my email address for business. Oh, shit, that's not working. Jesus Christ. John Flowers. Okay, Skylar Saunders. Skylar, sit tight. I'll be right back. Sit tight. Okay, let me get everything set up here. Black Body Works. Do you guys want to call in tonight? Tonight's a good night. Okay, just letting some of the sponsors know we're talking. Very loose show. Okay. Right now, let me put shot97.com on the screen. Tomorrow, 25 new tracks being uploaded by DJ Alias on shot97.com. All right. Skylar Saunders, good evening, sir. Thank you for stopping by. How are you?
I'm not unwell, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. Sipping a little wine, talking about a few topics. Yeah. Angel Reese, she's going to the White House. Let's start there.
Angel Reese. Yeah. Now, she had originally said she was not going to the White House. Is that correct?
She was up on the Shade Room talking about we ain't going, period. Talking crazy.
Now, what was her change of heart?
I think the bag got different, so she got different, in the words of Florida Boy J.
Right.
Now, I know nothing about, well, somewhat sort of, college athletes, they can make money. And I don't know what the salaries are in the WNBA, but I would imagine the endorsement deals, all the publicity, she probably landed some deals, and those corporations are like, are you going to the White House? It would be so cool. It would be amazing. We can do this and yada, yada. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Right. I just see that in the chat. Name, image, and likeness. That's the key. That's what she's going after.
Come on.
That's what it's all about. She's trying to get her weight up, because if she goes to the White House, she may not even vote. She probably, I don't want to put it on her that she voted for Biden, but she wants to put it out there that she's willing to be on a level of, I'm out here, You can see my face. I want to get a deal. I want to get sponsorships. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
So I think she's on that path. She's on that path to try to get that bag, either through the WNBA possibly. She's on her way to endorsement deals. Maybe she wants her own meal at McDonald's.
Yeah. She's 20 years of age. She grew up knowing a black president for 8 years of her 20 years on the planet. She knew Barack Obama. So she's coming from a totally different perspective than you and I. She doesn't have to know about, the sit-ins in the 70s.
No.
Different things, different pivotal racial points. She don't have to know about Tawana Brawley being missing, allegedly smoking krills, allegedly for a couple of days. She doesn't have to know about what's the black chick who got killed. I forget her name, but it's about the bag now, the clout. It's about TikTok. It's she kicked up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Get Sandra.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. The name, image, and likeness. As long as she gets her face out there, she wants to maybe talk to Adidas. Try to get I think Ye is still messing with them, and she wants to get her own sneaker that looks like a Ye sneaker. She wants to get a Burger King deal. She wants to rule. She wants to Wendy's. She wants the Square Burger in her name.
So the question: do you see anything wrong with her going? She's going.
No, not at all. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not being facetious. I'm serious. I don't
Okay.
have a problem with her going. She's earned her right.
Okay.
She won. She's a winner.
Yeah.
She's not a part of the losing team.
She's a baby.
She wasn't one of the yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to see her do the Grady dance in the Oval Office.
if she could, if only she would. Seriously, like, just cut a rug right there.
Say do the Grady. All right, listen, Skylar, I need you, man. I need you to talk to us. You're a reader. You're a writer. Did NASA fake the moon landing in 1969? Skylar Saunders.
I would never say this, and I would never say it in front of Buzz Aldrin, who would punch you right in the face like he did that dude like 2007.
He's old, man.
They did not. You said what?
He's old. Don't worry about Buzz Aldrin. Did they land on the moon or not?
Yeah. No, they definitely did not fake it. It's so serious and true. In fact, men have died in the line of trying to get onto the moon. So, I mean, you have to take that seriously. It was a huge achievement, a monumental, as a wise man usually says about things. It was a monumental event, and it should go down in history as such.
So you're
and
saying
it has gone down.
You're saying mankind did make it to the moon.
Absolutely. We still have moon rocks, and we have all kinds of evidence, and there's no question in it, no controversies or conspiracies whatsoever.
Are you sure those rocks weren't spray painted, and then they put them in a museum?
No, no, sir.
Skylar, have you ever researched the retro reflectors on the moon?
I have not researched that, but I researched they said, there were, they claimed that it was digital, animation that they had of the moon landing, when in reality, if you look at the animation from the 1970s, not even 1969, but the mid to late 1970s, if you look at that animation, it is completely crude and totally, base. It's very basic. So you can't say that these men did not reach the surface, or the two of them, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong.
I want to throw you a curveball, Mr. Skylar Saunders. I want to throw you a curveball.
Sure.
Why is there no shadows on the ground next to the astronauts or the landing machine? There's no shadows.
I think it's the same reason why people say why there's no color in space. It's because of the light refraction against the lunar surface. That's what my belief is. Or my estimation, I should say. It's more than a belief. It's my estimation. It's because people say, "Oh, well, in space there's no colors. There's no sky."
All right.
That's because in our sky we have color because the sky is blue because of light refraction off of water droplets.
Okay.
So there's no atmosphere in the moon.
Okay.
So there's no.
Okay. But you're not sure. Long story short, you're not sure.
No, I'm sure. I'm certain. I'm 100% certain.
So
100%.
You're 100% certain man did land on the moon. That's your final word.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right. Got to take other calls, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, Skylar.
Can I promote real quick?
Quickly.
Yeah. I want just go to vocal.media.
Okay.
Search I Saved Zemulon. That's Zemulon. It's a sci-fi short story.
Nice.
Put that out there.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, Skylar Saunders tapping in. Brother Bussy Muhammad tapping in on a Saturday night. Brother Star, do you think of your showrunners laying down while drinking Snoop wine? Well, sir, listen, I've always, over the decades, throughout the day or the week, I think of things. I have little pads from time to time, and I write things down. But with regards to my showrunners, is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? There is research here, sir, to show what's going on here in America. Hang on a second, pbs.org. January the 27th, 2023, there's an article, sir. After years of protest, the FDA makes blood donations easier for men who have sex with men. Just because I'm sitting here sipping a little wine, sir, does not mean that I don't, come to the microphone ready, Pause. Research and development in the pharmaceutical industry. Hang on a second. Oh, Dana with the data. Hey, Dana, how are you? Good to hear from you.
Good. How are you?
Saturday.
I heard you said you were sipping on some wine. I was sipping too.
Oh, what? Good for you. Good. You work hard. How's the channel going? The Real Dana on YouTube?
The channel is going great. I just did another show with Steve the Dean. We just finished with that show tonight, which was a good show.
Nice. What did you guys talk about? What was the topic?
Well, we was kind of debunking a lot of these fake women relationship coaches.
Okay.
So kind of piggybacking off of Jason Black talking about other YouTubers out here being these relationship coaches. So yeah, it was a good discussion.
Okay. So yeah, LSU star Angel Reese, she's going to the White House with her team. She made the announcement on Sports Center. What do you think? Is it a good thing for that young champion? She's a sophomore.
Yeah, yes, it's a good thing. She knew that she's going to have her black ass at the White House, smiling, taking a photo with Jill Biden, and with Joe Biden, Dr. Joe Biden. So she knew that she had no choice but to show up if she wanted to keep those sponsor endorsements rolling in.
Okay.
Because by the time she graduates college, she's going to be a multimillionaire, and she may not even want to go to the WNBA.
Right.
So, she knew what time it was, and I saw that clip on Sports Center, and they were talking about, I need an endorsement for a car. So, she knew if she did not show up at the White House, they was going to pull some of those endorsements from her.
Okay. I'm not
money talks.
Yeah,
money.
I'm not familiar with the list of endorsements that she has, but I've always known that they don't pay that much in the WNBA, so she's doing pretty good. Do you know any of her endorsement deals or anything that's come about since winning?
I didn't look up her, and I didn't look up her endorsement deals. I think and I could be wrong, but for what I know right now, it's a minimum of 500,000. But I'm pretty sure by the time they go to the White House or next season, she's probably going to have $1 million endorsements rolling in.
Okay.
And rightfully so. It is unfortunate that the women who are in the WNBA kind of missed out on the college basketball endorsements. But now the college basketball endorsements could reap those benefits. Okay. But she's benefiting. So show up or you won't get paid.
Yeah, okay.
So all that Obama and black talk, no, that goes out the window.
All those Aggie women on the shade room talking about, yeah, don't go, girl. Stand firm. I was reading the comments on the shade room.
Right. Right, and her excuse was, well, I am the team captain. I have to be a team player.
Yeah.
Bitch, you was going from day one.
Whoa. Why'd you have to call it by the B word? Where are you going?
Well, okay, so, like I said, I have been sipping, but she is talking too much right about now.
Okay.
Because when I saw that interview, that's what the first thing I thought. like, bitch, please.
Oh,
so, and she's young. She's feeling herself like she should. She just won a championship, throwing it in a lot of haters' faces. But pull back because you are talking just a little bit too much. Yeah.
Okay. Any thoughts on is Big Pharma making us gender fluid? There's so much information out here. I just grabbed a few things. The research and other meds that they're forcing on people, a suppressive medication. Pardon me. There's a lot of it's all the insurance companies by way of Big Pharma. There's a big push as always. This is your world to some degree, yes? Health?
Yeah, to some degree. Is it a new avenue for Big Pharma to make money? Absolutely, which is why you have legislation in some states and the federal level trying to push it so that children could make decisions to transition to another gender without the parents' permission.
Right.
So it is a money grab. Now, recently the other day, Budweiser is making headlines because they put a transgender woman as the spokesperson, and supposed to be part of Women of the Month. So, and a lot of people are upset, and I would be too. Yeah. But as far as Big Pharma, it is a money grab. You have when people do sex changes or gender transformations, they're saving a lot of hospitals from going under. So, and pharmaceutical companies are making a profit from this, as well as the insurance companies. So, and the legislation is helping.
Hang on. When you say they're saving hospitals from going under, some of those hospitals are just overbilling for insurance reasons. So, I don't know if saving them is the best choice of words, respectfully. Some of them are just there to overbill people. I mean, a lot of these places you go to, if you say, no, I'm paying in cash, they look at you like you're a two-headed monster. Cash? Well, we don't accept cash. You don't have insurance, right? That's what they say.
True, but there was actually one. I don't remember the exact name of the hospital, but it was Midwest, either Wyoming or one of those Midwest states, to where this small hospital, in a particular city there, to where they were about to go under, but because they started performing sex changes. Okay. So all of the people that wanted to get sex change would go to that hospital, and that helped that hospital financially stay open because nobody else weren't, doing that.
Gotcha.
So, and that I think that was like 5 years ago, right? So it is profitable, which is why they're targeting children.
Yeah. If I can also say this, one of Michael Moore's best documentaries, if you ask me, was Sicko, that came out in 2007. That was a political documentary that spoke about health insurance, and the pharmaceutical industry. Did you ever see that, Sicko, from 2007?
No, I didn't see that one. I saw one of his other ones, but I believe it. I worked for an insurance company for 20 years, and it's really people go, they get upset with the pharmaceutical companies, but the insurance companies is what's regulating big pharma prices.
Yes.
So, and of course, but big pharma has to figure out, okay, how can we make more money? So
Bingo.
A lot of people, especially if you spending money out of pocket, because insurance companies only going to cover up to a certain cap. So yeah, they're in business. They're in bed together, insurance company and pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah. You would know better than me how the lobbyists, move about and bring in the money and how it turns into policies and then it trickles down to the working class, and you think you're getting a good deal, but in reality you're another cog in the wheel, in my opinion. But hey, before you go,
just real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to say real quick, in the state of New Jersey, we have the most insurance companies, the most pharmaceutical companies, lawyers, lawyers and all that. But these health insurance companies, they do have lobbyists, which is why they don't pay taxes.
Right.
That building where they have their companies, they don't pay state or local taxes. They get all types of grants because they have lobbyists working, working for them, paying them millions of dollars for legislation to be in their favor.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, good to talk to you. Do you want to take a shot at my other topic? I'm doing somewhat of a conspiracy show tonight. Did NASA fake the moon landing in 1969?
Somebody told me they believe that to be true because if they did it so many years ago, why didn't they ever do it again? Which makes sense. How many times we've been up in space? So why didn't we go back to the moon again? That's, that when was the first person supposedly landed on the moon? In the 60s. So, I'm not a big science person, but I think that's a good question. Was that true? So there have been people questioning that. But my thing is, why haven't we gone back to the moon again?
Well, hang
on.
So what do you think? Never mind other people, what you heard. What do you think? Has mankind ever been to the moon? Dana with the data.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate you calling in. Have a great evening, and we'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye
Take
now.
care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Dana with the data. Gorilla Zoe, I read that. Pardon me. Brother Bussy Muhammad. Brother Bussy Muhammad says, Brother Star, I think you're confusing us with boys. What? You aren't. What? Okay, this is pretty gross. That's pretty gross, man. Jay Clark, I got your donation. It's Josh. Yes, I got your email. Thank you, Josh, about drill rap. Thank you, man. Thank you. I got your email. Do you want me to read it or just... I got it. I appreciate you tapping in. 848, can you hang on a second? 848, sit tight. I'll be right back. Guys, there's a film that I saw back in 1978 with O.J. Simpson called Capricorn 1, because, again, I've been a sci-fi reader and a film buff ever since I saw my favorite movie, Silent Running with Bruce Dern. I'm putting the link in the community, in the live stream, if anybody wants to see. It's a good film with O.J. Simpson, 1978. It's a thriller. A reporter discovers a supposed Mars landing by a crewed mission to the planet has been faked via a conspiracy involving the government, and it's a good film. They got the stage and the lights, and Capricorn 1, if you find the time, okay? Let me read some cash apps. Hey, Tara, thank you for your donation. Okay, you're in Houston. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, I spoke to John Flowers. Thank you for calling in. Larry, you got your donation. Thank you for the show, big nigga. Hey, man, Saturday night, I was out earlier, and I want to sit here and chop up some of these topics. Okay, who are you? The moon landing. Okay, is this Josh, or is this just somebody sending in a crazy email? I'm not reading that, but thank you anyway, okay? Terrence got your donation. It's Clifford Tip. Pardon me. Is Clifford Tip Harris a rat? Devil knows its own. I don't know if he was or is a rat, but he cooperated. He's the tipster. And he did commercials. See, if you see something, say something. I've never done commercials like that, What was it? Well, I think it was Crime Stoppers. If you see something, say something. God damn. But thank you for your donation, all right? Gold's Conditioning got your donation. Blackmail caller, a hater. Angel has to represent. I have no problem with her going. She expressed herself. At first, she responded by saying a joke on the Shade Room. Remember that? Then she went into the comments and said, we ain't going, period. So it's not like, it's not like they broke her. Calls were put in to try and, appeal to her. And she, I don't want to say she calmed down because she didn't appear to be upset. She expressed herself and now she's going. Area code 347. Good evening, 347. Is that Rory?
Star, what up?
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you.
Everything's good, man. What's going on?
Okay. Now, listen, before we start talking, you do have a hearing issue. You've admitted that, yes? So sometimes when I'm saying, Rory, you have a hearing issue, yes?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But, there's a delay also, Star. When you call in live, there's a delay.
Well, you're on a headset. You're on some type of fly-ass Puerto Rican Bluetooth. I hear it right now. I hear the delay on your end.
That shit is Japanese, son. It's
okay.
Top of the line.
Well, make the adjustments, and I want to talk to you about Angel Reese. What do you think, man? She's going to the White House. Rory.
Oh, shit. Star.
Come on.
I don't like to knock young people. I really don't like to do that.
Okay.
But this girl she's a mammy in training.
Ooh.
She's a young urban heifer.
Damn.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. It didn't really bother me per se when she was doing that smack talking to Caitlyn, even though Caitlyn, dropped 30 on her. And on top of that girl Caitlyn, the game before that, she beat the bullies in the tournament.
Okay.
She beat the bullies in the tournament.
Okay.
So yeah, she's an urban heifer in training. She went on that podcast and I listened to a bit of it and she was like, ow, hey, if it was Obama in the White House, we would go, ow, hey. Ain't you a college student? Like, are you that stupid? Are you another one of these stupid ones? And didn't your people get us Joe Biden? Are we forgetting, or the people forgetting how close that election was? And because 90% of the black community voted for Joe Biden, that's the reason we got Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Are we not forgetting that? So her people gave us Joe Biden, and now she don't want to visit him.
Jim Crow Joe, I pointed that out earlier. Yeah, I didn't vote for him. Hold on one second. Somebody's giving me Angel Reese's net worth. Okay, close to 1 million. Okay, already. Is that the average salary in the WNBA? Oh no, pardon me. The average salary in the WNBA is $102,000. What? Per year? Okay, thank you for the information. Rory, you were saying? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's trash. In my opinion, there's a reason why she pisses off white people. It's because not because of what she did. It's because the way she acts. Now she's going to go crawling on her knees. She's going to go over to the Bidens and take a White House picture on bended knee. You're going to go over there on bended knee, girl, after all that junk you talk.
Yeah.
Now you're going to go over there and you're going to kiss, what you call him, Star?
Kool-Aid smile.
Jim Crow Joe, right?
It's a Kool-Aid smile.
Right. So yeah, she's pathetic. Like I said, she's a mammy. You know, she acts pathetic, and then she don't stand on what she says. If you're gonna be a homegirl, you're gonna be about it. You're gonna be this girl from Baltimore that's all woke and about it. Okay, well, stand on what you said. She folded like immediately. It didn't even take a lot. It was like you're going, and that's it. And she's like, okay, I'm going. So
okay, now hang on a second, Rory. She's only 20 years of age. She's 20, you know. She's entitled to make I don't even want to say a mistake. I'm not going to say that. She's entitled to express herself, you know, and then somebody older, maybe her mentor or whoever, maybe the team came to her and said, hey, you are our captain. If you don't want to go, we won't go, but is it really that serious? You know, she's 20, man.
They never said that. They didn't talk to her like that.
Well,
they told her what she was doing, and she said okay. Even if they invited the Iowa team, she still would have went. She still would have went. She still would have. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, and that girl Caitlin had a lot of class. When they asked her, she was like, "No, I wouldn't go." She was like, I don't know what all the controversy's about. I wouldn't go even if I was invited. That's for them. They won.
Okay.
Fair and square. She didn't trash her. She didn't dog on her. She didn't do nothing. She could have said, I busted her big black ass for 30 points that night. She couldn't guard me. She couldn't guard me. She could have said that easy. She said she couldn't have guarded me. Look how much bigger she is. Look how much more.
That would have been the wrong thing to say.
Challenge. I bust her ass. I dropped 30 on her. And the game before that, I knocked out a whole team of black girls that were called the bullies of the league. So, no, Caitlyn Jenner's the superstar. Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Clark is
Rory,
the superstar.
stop. Rory, stop. Stop. Okay, I know you can't hear too well, but respectfully, you keep saying Caitlyn Jenner. Well, what's up, man?
I don't know. I keep getting that name wrong. You were calling her Angela. You know, I don't know. I keep getting it. I'm sipping and shit.
Well, listen.
You know.
I called her Angela. Wallow called her Angela. Who else called her Angela? It's not just me. A bunch of people. Oh, salute to Gully TV called her Angela.
I don't remember these hoes' names.
We don't. Oh,
you know?
Rory, don't do that. She's 20. Slow down. Hey, don't do that. She's 20.
I listen. I'm here.
Don't do that. She's 20 years old. Slow that down. Don't use words like that. If you don't rock with her, that's fine, but don't do that on this platform.
No, not her. I said every hoe. I didn't say her.
Well,
I said every hoe's name.
We don't have to follow behind Don Imus. Now, hang on a second. So you're saying she should have stood firm and rejected the invitation? What are you saying?
Hell yeah. Stop. After all of that coverage that she got, and going on to a podcast after that coverage, after all of that coverage, and saying all what you said, and then immediately folding like a lawn chair, that's you know, come on, what is that? That means you're all talk. All you are is talk. She could have just kept her mouth quiet and said, you know, I'm going to go see Biden because, you know, Biden's, you know, he's our master and he wants to have a kumbaya. They wanted to have a kumbaya moment, right? That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to have the white girl. And
what are you sipping, Rory?
They'll come up there.
Rory.
And
What are you sipping? What are you sipping? You're a little extra tonight. What are you sipping?
I just came home. I'm watching the UFC. I just came home. Yeah, I've been sipping and shit.
What are you sipping? What are you sipping?
Oh, I had right now I'm drinking a Guinness. I got a Guinness. I brought a couple cans in the house, and I got some Bushmill. Yeah.
Okay. Are you up to speed on Bud? Is it Bud White or Budweiser? Bud Light or Budweiser doing that whole trans woman endorsement deal? Kid Rock was out there shooting a Budweiser in the yard. You up to speed?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. I don't know anybody that drinks Bud Light really. I mean, I guess some of the Ranger fans or some of them drink Bud Light, but I don't know what you ain't gonna stop the trans movement, man. This whole thing is changing real fast. The Democrats got control. They control the media, and if they're gonna push the trans thing, and they're gonna push the trans and the LGBTQ thing, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing about it. You know, there's more trans people now than there ever was. I seen this black dude on 8th Avenue, and he had a beard and he had a tube top, and he wasn't even like a girl. He was a dude. You know what I'm saying? But he had like so it's not even like they're shaving their face and trying to be girls. Like now they're like, I'm a dude. I just saw some new stuff. You know, some new stuff. They're walking down the street with the skirt on, and you can see the sausage poking out. You're like, man, what the hell?
Now, hang on, Rory. Now you do know that you're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up.
For what?
Well, you know, people are in the live chat right now. They're saying, how would you know? Yada yada. I'm not going to be asking you questions about you.
Because I live in the city. What are you talking about? Because I live in the city. That's how I know. I'm outside.
You're outside.
Isn't that the black saying? You outside? Yeah, I'm outside. So I see all of this. I mean, it's everywhere. We didn't have this when I was growing up. Like, we didn't have I'm serious, though. We didn't have trans people walking around like they walk around now. We didn't have the issues. We didn't have the same issues.
I beg to differ, Rory, because I lived in New York City for years, Upper East Side, Washington Heights.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. There's always New York is a melting pot. It's not like, you know, it was.
Wait, hold on, stop. They were never given like reading books in the library and stuff like that. They were never doing that. I never saw that before in my life. They were never front and center. They were like a freak show in a way, respectfully. They were. That was like if you saw them, you would be like, "Oh snap! Guess what I saw last night?" Yeah. You know what I mean, kind of thing. But no, they were definitely not in schools, not in libraries. They didn't have books on that. Like they didn't have none of that. This is a new wave. This is a whole new wave.
Okay.
And I just think that they're too powerful. I mean, if they could put the president on 34 count indictment for felonies for banging a prostitute before he was president, if they could put him and make this whole, do this whole thing, then you can't stop whatever the media wants to.
We have to say alleged prostitute. We don't know. They're saying she's an adult actress. We don't know if she's a prostitute.
Star.
Yeah, porn.
Well, she wasn't.
Porn trash.
She was a porn star.
Porn trash. Yeah. Okay. Hey man,
she's kind of hot though.
No,
Star, would you hit that?
No, she's not.
I would. Something about her. She's got that like old. I don't like older.
She's trash.
Vibe.
She's trash.
I would definitely smash that. Yeah, right. She's trash.
Well, hang on a second. Before you go,
I would hit that.
I want your opinion. I haven't pulled in the recent story. Supposedly, we, America, were going back to the moon. My question earlier, did NASA fake the moon landing back in 1969? Do you think we're going to the moon for the first time now coming up?
No. I really don't know. It's like that goes into the conspiracy side of things. I do remember when I was a kid. They brought all of us to the auditorium to watch this teacher go to the moon for the first time, and then she blew up right in front of the whole school. Like remember the Challenger?
Yes.
And everybody was crying and bugging out.
Right.
So. That was like 20, 30 years after they supposedly hit the moon. So how could they blow up just from taking off? But 30 years before that, they made the whole journey. It seems a little iffy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'll say this, Star. If I ever won the lotto, if I ever won like the Mega Millions and I won like $2 billion or $3 billion, I wouldn't even take the money. I would donate all that money and I would put all these foreigners on a couple of those spaceships, and I
Stop
would
it.
try to send their ass to the moon.
Stop
up
it.
out of here. That's what I would do. Yes, that's what I would do. It would be Dominicans, Africans,
stop
Jamaicans,
it.
well, El Salvadorians. Oh, hell no. We already got the recipe for tacos and avocado. We don't need no more of you. Trust me.
All right. Hey, man.
Anyway, so I'm going to sign off,
Good
man.
talking to you, man. Salute. Good talking to you.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
Rory tapping in. Okay. Guys, on the screen, there's my PayPal information if you want to contribute to the show. It's Saturday. Julian, I got your donation. Star, I think you were talking about Latasha Harlan's murder. Earlier? No, I was talking about Sandra Bland. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Sandra Bland. Yeah, I forget what the context was, but thank you for your donation, okay? Julian. Hold on, guys. Let me go to Cash App. Brock, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Star, happy early Easter. And Viva Mexico. Yeah, happy Easter, man, if that's what you celebrate, you know. I'm an American. I'm not a Scrooge. I appreciate holidays. You know, I take part in them, you know. Andre, I got your donation. The LGBT media is making people gender fluid. Yeah. But my question has to do with the medication. And earlier I pointed out couple of examples. Lupron, Lupron, a controversial hormone blocker. And they've got stuff that's a puberty blocker. Some other common drug in gender affirming therapy. And this all relates to big pharma. So I'm not just, saying something to stir the pot. This is a reality by way of big pharma. I'm just asking a question, but thank you for your donation, Andre. Deval got your donation, offerings to the Church of Stars. Salute. Thank you very much, sir. Drew Who, Angel Reese, the new spook that sat by the door. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Andre got your donation. The extraordinary case okay, what is that? Okay, Big Pharma is using this drug. I'm going to put this in the community, the live chat. I can't really read it right now, Andre, but thank you. Let me put this in the live chat. That's from the BBC, bbc.org. How do you even pronounce that? Hang on a second. The discovery of a small community in the Dominican Republic where some males are born looking like girls and only grow penises at puberty. Whoa! Has led to the development of a blockbuster drug that has helped millions of people. Okay, so I'm on to something. I'm just a dropout, but whoa, I gotta save this. Hold on a second. Let me bookmark that and come back to it. Thank you, Andre. I put it in the live chat. Who's texting me? Hold on a second. Okay, who are you? You have to say your name. Always say your name. Who's texting me? Who are you? Folks, I don't save numbers. Okay, Rory, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Rory just tapped in. Stacy Galore. Stacy says, Rory can visit my moon for a sizable booking fee. Okay. Avery, yes, call in, Avery. Yes, call in, man. From Smartland Buyers. Let me get his information ready before he calls in. I should have had that out earlier. Hold on a second, guys. Smartland Buyers. www, you're paying your gain. me see if this will work. Oh, damn, I should have had this ready. Okay, Avery's calling in, smartlandbuyers.com. Sir Shy, got your donation. Rory had too many. Okay, that's a little rough, man, but thank you. Sir Shy, got your donation. Thank you, Dana. Okay, Dana sent me an email. Afrotech.com. That's the source, afrotech.com. Angel Reese says the money she's making is more than some of the people that are in the league. Okay, the WNBA. Does it say how much? No. Whoa. The most watched women's college basketball game. Okay, I read that. We spoke about that. Thank you, Dana. Does it have her? Okay. Okay, so her money's going up. Her bag is getting bigger. Okay. Thank you, Dana, with the data. Avery, go ahead and call in, man. Now's a good time, okay? And let me put EasyBladeShavingProducts.com on the screen before Avery calls in. All right. Also, I want to, I just want to say thank you to the people that took part in the conversation we had about should FBA have their own language, foundational Black Americans. And for those who did not see or pay attention to the early part of the broadcast, yes, we're familiar with older languages. I was talking about today's slang and or ebonics. Should that be modified and updated? The older languages clearly didn't last with regards to foundational Black Americans, so I was more so talking about now. Calling ebonics something else and making it more realistic to today's generation, okay? Avery, are you there, sir? Area code 202 from smartlandbuyers.com. Avery.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. What's cracking?
Nothing much, man. I seen you get on live. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd tap in.
Yeah.
Let your listeners know that we're still running that no down payment discount.
Okay.
I've spoken with a few people. A few people have already locked down some properties, which is great.
Nice.
And I'm happy to hear from the people that actually call in with questions as well.
Okay. I'm going to look for your information whilst you're talking, so I'm going to be a little preoccupied. www.smartlandbuyers.com. You're also in the community section. Take it away, Avery. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so, again, we did have that sale back in March, which was last month, for no down payments. We typically do $250 down payments, but we're waiving that. I'm actually extending it throughout this whole month of April. As you know, we are in the city of Detroit. We're offering residential vacant lots for your listeners to invest in / use as a savings vehicle. With that, we offer 0% interest. We don't charge any interest, no down payment. We don't check any credit. Everything is pretty much holstered by the investment that you do actually make. Just to talk about Detroit itself, because I do get a lot of questions where people are calling me about vacant lot in other states and cities. We're specifically focusing on Detroit right now. Just to pull up some numbers, I was just messing around with ChatGPT, asking some questions.
Go ahead.
To the AI software. Right now, the average price of a residential vacant lot in the city of Detroit is about $8,500. Right? The average listing price on our site is about $7,000. Right? So you're coming in already at a discounted price. Now, the growth, and that's the numbers from 2021. Okay? So I'm not even talking about the numbers in 2023. That, of course, has appreciated significantly by this point, and it will continue to appreciate. And
if I can jump in for a second, Avery, I've always heard people talk about, Detroit's on the rise. It's, somewhat of a black mecca, with regards to the land, and I know nothing about the taxes in Detroit, is it compatible in any way, shape, or form with Atlanta and Houston? Because Houston's popping. A lot of people are talking about Houston that I hear of. If it's not Atlanta, it's Houston. They're not even talking about Charlotte anymore or other places in North Carolina. It's just Atlanta or Houston. Anything in Houston that entrepreneurs should know about, or is there any type of tax breaks if you purchase land and you want to build a house and then rent it for Airbnbs and stuff like that? Anything we should know about?
Yeah. So as far as tax breaks with real estate, just real estate in general, yes, property taxes that you pay, you can write off. You can write off depreciation of property, but you have to have some sort of structure on that property.
Okay.
So you can't write off depreciation on land itself. What was the second half of that question you just asked me?
Atlanta, the new Atlanta, is filled with entrepreneurs, and it's so busy downtown. The conventions and all that sort of jazz. What is the appeal, if any, in Detroit? Because most people, when they think of Detroit, they think of the fallen car industry. They see pictures of rundown buildings, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing that has made me say, hey, I got to go to Detroit. What's there that's an attraction?
So that's why we're there. Now is the time. You don't want to go investing when it's, Hollywood, Atlanta.
Okay.
You want it to be in Atlanta before we've seen all that, right? Houston, the same thing. You want to be there before all that because you will actually benefit from all the appreciation that has happened, right? You can barely find, residential vacant land in Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta right now, right? So you want to be the first to these things, and the Midwest right now is that area where that hasn't happened yet. So coming in and picking up pieces before the investment companies come in, before the gentrification comes in, before the big corporations come in, and you're the person they're going to buy property from when they're coming in, right? So that's what we're urging now is take advantage of the no down payment, no credit check, the low prices of the $7,000, $8,000 that's now, and 3 years, 5 years, 7 years from now, you're gonna get 2, 3, 4 times what you paid. And you're paying.
If I can just jump in again, I wasn't trying to necessarily drill you, Pauls, but
No. Just having a conversation.
Yeah. Just there's things to do in the Atlanta metro area, and I just don't know what, if any, is an attraction in Detroit. But again, entrepreneurs can go there and set up shop and make it pop regardless. I don't know if anything, why somebody would say, hey, let's go to Detroit.
So it's really not about it's not about going to Detroit. It's about parking your money. Park your money in the right places.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this is where you can park a small amount of money, like $7,000, like $8,000, and see appreciation. Right? It's about parking your money and getting appreciation for your money, and also ownership. Right? You don't want to live your whole life just paying rent, making money, paying rent, making money, and dying, never owning nothing, never passing off nothing, never have capitalized in anything in America, right? We live in the land of capitalism, and you haven't capitalized on nothing, right? You don't want to do that.
Because when I think of Detroit, and I don't mean to throw a curveball, I think of Kwame Kilpatrick, that fucking hustler. I think of Coleman Young. I think of black swindlers. I think of not you. I'm just saying. I think of the black people that were there, and they just, I don't know, man. This shit never really attracted me. But anyway, promote your platform, man. It's on the screen. www.smartlandbuyers.com. Avery's got land on sale.
So
go ahead.
Exactly. Smartlandbuyers.com, one of the best places that make it easy and accessible for somebody with no credit, bad credit, to be able to come park money with no money down, $250 a month, and be able to see appreciation over the next year, 2 years. Visit the website, smartlandbuyers.com. Call or text 202-600-8481. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Great to talk
right
to you,
now,
Avery.
like I said, no down payment,
Great.
0% interest, and monthly payments as low as $250. Go ahead, take a look at the site. Give me a call. I answer any questions you have and get you in one of these properties.
All right. We'll talk soon, man. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Good guy, Avery. Why did I bring up Coleman Young and Kwame Kilpatrick? Kwame Kilpatrick. Oh, that nigga used to wear those fly-ass fucking pinstripe suits, the fucking ostrich shoes. He jammed his ass up. That nigga was doing a whole lot extra carrying on. Put his ass in the penitentiary. Julian, got your donation. First, Sha'Carri Richardson, now Angel Reese. Troy, got your donation. Rory sipping on Rainbow Budweiser. Hashtag tranny tippy. Oh, shit. Thank you, Dana. Dana sent me another email. Okay. Oh, I think this is Big Elvis. Big Elvis the chef, a.k.a. Premium Black News on a Saturday night. Elvis, are you there, sir?
Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, I am here, sir.
Good to hear from you, man. We're talking about a few topics.
Great show.
Thank you, man. Is Big Pharma making us gender fluid, or LSU star Angel Reese, she's going to the White House, or another topic, did NASA fake the moon landing? Big Elvis.
Well, I would like to deal with the latter, and that is NASA
Go ahead.
and the moon. And this is, I would recommend anyone really interested in what is going on, look at the movie that came out in 2012 called Room 237.
Okay.
And it's based on this guy was obsessed with the movie called The Shining. And he decided to break down the movie The Shining. And in that movie, he was able to come up with this huge theory that the director of the movie The Shining, who also directed Space Odyssey.
Right. 2001 Space Odyssey. Go ahead.
Yeah, 2001 Space Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for correcting me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I can't. Now I'm stuck. Why don't I know the director's name now?
Well, now hang on a second. I can appreciate everything you're saying, but what do you think, Elvis? Did NASA fake the moon landing? What do you think? Never mind the movie and somebody else. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely, 100%.
Come on, tell us why.
There is no way. There's no way out of this. When you look up at the sky, you're looking up at a screen. You think it's I wouldn't even argue that it's a dome. It's some sort of construct inside of this computer-generated program that we're in.
You've said that before,
and
yes.
NASA never went there.
Mm.
No, the moon is something that stays lit every day, 24 hours a day. It only looks brighter because it gets darker around it. And then it's some sort of female, because the moon actually goes through a menstrual cycle every 36 years, and they call it the blood moon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever had an opportunity to see the blood moon, which I have had an opportunity to see the blood moon and film the blood moon, you'll see that it's very, very, very bloody and chunky, just like a woman on her cycle.
Jesus.
It's bizarre, and it's bizarre. Like it's just so everything out there we don't know. We don't have a clue.
Okay. And you were thinking of Stanley Kubrick with regards to the director.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Star.
Yeah. And Arthur C. Clarke. screenplay.
Right. Right. And Stanley Kubrick, he was kind of tormented by that move that he did on, putting the ruse over the American people's eyes.
Yeah.
And in that movie, The Shining kind of shows a lot of clues on how tormented he was about what he did to the American people.
Well, for those who haven't seen that film, nor will they, you're saying, again, no, mankind did not go to the moon. It's all a hoax. And you do know that there's talks, a new mission coming up, to supposedly go back. Yes, you're saying that's poppycock.
Oh, poppycock. Mm-hmm. It's hogwash. It's not. It's a distraction. Mm-hmm. They need to. Let's put out the reparations with that money. Let's stop playing the game.
So this is nonsense. Then 6 further trips to the moon, 5 of which landed successfully after Apollo the 11. 12 men walked on the lunar surface in total, but in 1970, future Apollo missions were canceled. Right.
Right. Yeah, they were canceled. It's never happened. It's hogwash. Poppycock.
Well, now, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Are you up to speed on the retro reflectors? I've asked a few people. No one has really commented on that. I mean, I learned about those in private school in New Jersey back in the mid-'70s. The retro reflectors that are on that moon right now.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard about the retro reflectors. And I think they even left the little bug, the little car that they drove over there. I think they left that too. They left a few things behind, supposedly.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, Star, but it ain't what they telling us. Can I say that?
Sure.
Whatever it is, it might be something, but it ain't what they're telling us. Unfortunately, we've been duped. The people in this reality have, we're living in a paradise that they turn into a mall, and then they charging us the whole way.
Okay, so now you spoke about the moon. There is an eclipse coming up. Yes, I haven't pulled the information yet. Do you know about the eclipse coming up?
No, I'm not aware. I'm not up to speed. Is it going to be here in the United States? Where we can see it?
It's going to be worldwide. These solar eclipses are visible only in certain areas and require an eye protection to be viewed safely. The next total solar eclipse to visit North America will be April the 8th, but 2024. Today is April the 8th, 2024, next year.
Well, I'll be there if it's because I saw the one in 2017.
Okay.
I drove all the way to Nebraska to see it in its full totality, and I didn't wear any eye protection. It was not necessary, nor was it needed. It was all a ruse. I looked at it. My kids looked at it. It was absolutely spectacular. It's nothing like they say it is. It's totally not going to.
Well, hang on, Elvis. Now, if it's fake and we've never been outside of the dome, as you say, why would you drive to go see a fake eclipse?
Well, I don't think the eclipse is fake. I think what they're telling us that it is fake. It's saying that the moon is going in front of the sun that's behind the moon. Mm-hmm. And I disagree with that. I think it's just a dormant moon that no longer is being like, I look at the sun and the moon as like machines that are used and that, to give us light and to give us heat and all these kind of things. And after they die out, they don't come down. So when the new sun goes around, it will hit the same course of some of the old suns and the old moons. So when you look up at what they're saying, it's supposed to be the moon. It's totally just a disc up in the sky that the sun just happens to go, behind it perfectly. It's like it's like almost impossible. Like there might be 50, 60, 150 of them up there. But every once in a while, we're going to get one that's going to go directly in front of it, and if you look up, you're going to see it's just a disk. It's like a
Well, now hang on a second, because when the sun burns out, the nuclear explosions, it's going to expand and it's going to dwarf the Earth. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but that's the sun that's billions of years away in the solar system. I'm not talking about a sun in the solar system.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about we are in some sort of construct.
Gotcha.
And when you look up at this eclipse, all you have to do is just use critical thinking, and you're going to say, wait a minute, that's nothing but some sort of sphere up in the sky that's completely flat,
Okay.
and the sun that's also completely flat and the same size. How is the moon and the sun the exact same size? Come on.
Okay.
Let's not play that game.
Elvis, I got to take other calls. What's going on your channel, please? Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg.
Well, I don't talk like this on my channel. That's a fact. It's Premium Black News. We were talking about this young woman that was talking about how she's suffering from touch starvation. So we got deep into this touch starvation segment.
Okay.
We also did the strawberry Popeyes biscuit because of Florida Boy J, of course.
Right.
Gave him all the credit for that as well.
He led the charge
And then,
on that.
Right. And then the last segment we did was about this dude, Mark Walsh, saying how glad he is that slavery existed because he would then not exist if it didn't exist. So we got into that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good to talk to you, Elvis. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. 401, thank you for your patience. Are you ready? 401, a few topics on the table. How are you?
Yes, sir.
You have
Hello?
the floor. You have the floor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on? Salute, man. Before I get into it, I just want to ask you, did you see Queen's Flip bigging you up crazy?
Queen's Flip is my guy, sir, but right now we have topics. That's my guy. Let's just stay focused. My audience wants the callers on topic. Please.
All right. I wanted to go in on the moon thing. If I can get into that real quick. I wanted to go in on that.
Go ahead.
So basically, that's all been fake. NASA's been faking that from the jump. There's proof.
Okay.
There's mad proof. If anybody has a phone, you could type in Challenger mission hoax.
Okay.
And the Challenger. My bad. Did I interrupt you?
No, go ahead. You have the floor. Go ahead.
So if you type in on Google, this is a public site. You type in Challenger mission hoax. It'll show you all the people who supposedly died in the Challenger mission still alive.
They're still alive.
And NASA's explanation is they all had twins. Yeah. Well, that's that. There's another thing where there's a guy on YouTube where he has.
Well, can you give us the site, sir? Google's Google.
All you have to do.
No, sir, I heard you. We heard you. Give us the site after you type that in Google. What site does it take you to? That's the question.
Okay. No, you don't even need a site. You can go to Challenger Mission Hoax and go to images, and it'll show you pictures of them still alive.
Okay.
It'll show you pictures of them. If you go to images, that's as simple as that.
Got you.
You click on where it says images.
Okay.
It'll show you pictures of them still alive.
They're still alive.
And it says these are their twin brothers. But that's not even the worst part, right?
Go ahead.
The best part, if you go on YouTube right now and you type in astronauts gone wild, or if you go on Google or any search stream, it'll pull up a video of a guy with a Bible. He walks up to every astronaut who was on every mission in the Apollos, from Apollo 11 to I forget where it ended, but he walks up to all of them and he asks them to put their hand on the Bible and swear that they went to the moon. And none of them do it, and they all spaz out. They all go crazy.
You've solved everything.
In the face.
You've solved it. Okay. I'll check that out, shortly. But now, Angel Reese, that's the main topic. I just want some input, some feedback. She's going to the White House. You up to speed? Any thoughts on Angel Reese?
Yeah, I feel like it's getting political now, so she's going to have to do what they tell her to do, because if not, you know how politics goes, they're going to smash her. he's not going to have a career. So it's getting political. It's getting to the point where the elections are coming up. This is a race issue, which bleeds into politics. Politics is going to take it over. Now she has to go to the White House and wave with Joe Biden. This is going to be a thing it's going to further her career if she does it. But if she doesn't do it, she's going to be the next Colin Kaepernick or something. And like you said, Jigger probably put the call in.
Yeah.
You said it the best. Jigger probably said, yo, man.
Jay-Z put a call in, and he had a talk with her, and she's on the same page now.
Exactly. The same routine that's been happening for the last 10 years. The same stuff, man. You know the best, man.
Hey, are you a sports guy?
I just wanted to check in with you, give
stay
you my
with me.
opinion.
Stay with me. Are you a sports guy? Are you a sports guy?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The XFL, that's still popping, that football league? I saw something on television. I don't know if that was an old video or XFL. Is that still a thing?
Oh, it hasn't been since maybe for 20 years, but you know what? The WWE just sold for $9 billion.
No,
so
sir, I'm talking about football. Hang on a second.
No, but the XFL is Vince McMahon, right? Vince McMahon runs the XFL, right?
I don't know, so I'm asking you. Hold on a second.
Okay, so Vince McMahon is the one who created the XFL. He brought all the camera angles in that the NFL copied, but it went under because they didn't have talent.
Okay.
They didn't have the talent. They didn't.
Question, sir. My question. Hang on a second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why doesn't Colin Kaepernick play in the XFL? Anyway, listen, man. Don't worry about it. I appreciate your patience.
No, that would be a good idea. That would be a great idea.
Just asking. Thank you, man. Thank you for your call.
That would be a great idea.
Thank you.
No doubt,
yes,
man.
Sir. Okay. All right. Okay. Appreciate the call. See, I'm a patient man, folks. Troll Babies, is the XFL still going on? What was I watching today? I went to the gym earlier. And I saw the XFL on the goddamn one of the monitors. And I said, why doesn't I mean, not that I give a goddamn about Colin Kaepernick, just... If he wants to play, why isn't he in the XFL? He could get a crazy bag, endorsements. He's still down with Nike. I'm just curious. Jake the Great, thank you for your patience, man. Good evening, or good morning, coming up on
good
morning. How are you, man? What's cracking?
I'm all right here, figure nigga. How you doing? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I'm good, man. Thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start? Jake the Great.
No, well, you got some good topics, man. You a hard nigga to catch live, man, but I finally got you. I wanna touch on the moon landing,
yes,
but I want to go in on Angel Reese, and you know, you're the number one hater, but so stop me if I sound like I'm hating, right? You feel me? I'm a feminist. You understand me? I'm all for the women's rights.
Okay.
And I remember the first WNBA game with Rebecca Lobo and Lisa Leslie and all that stuff, and I was a big supporter of it. You feel me?
Okay.
But I feel like homegirl really needs to shut up, and whoever her PR person is needs to like tighten her up. Number one, you sound stupid when you say we ain't gonna go to the White House, we're going to the Obamas. Like, are you dumb? Joe Biden's a blood. Obama's a blood. And that's his nigga. Are you crazy? How you can't come on now. That just shows how lost some people is, and just as much as she's rising in stardom, she don't realize that she's taking the WNBA and women's sports and pushing it down. Like, okay, you guys had a great women's championship game, but you can't just sit on it. Y'all want to sell out. Oh, this was the most viewed game, more than the NFL, and the NFL went Thursday night. Hold up, stop bragging now before people stop watching. Because if the Dallas Cowboys are playing the New York Giants, nobody will be watching no NCAA stuff right now. So you feel me? Don't be bragging. And that, like, I think the white girl, whatever her name is, she won like the MVP or something. And then they went to bashing her on Twitter. And I'm like, why are you bashing her? The white girl can ball. You feel me?
All right, so hang on a second, Jake the Great. So are you saying Angel Reese should not go to the White House? What are you saying?
She ain't got no choice. She ain't no professional.
Okay.
That school ain't with that nonsense.
Okay.
Man, like, she don't run shit over there. That's LSU. You think the representatives in LSU ain't going to have that school go in and take them pictures, man? You is not bigger than LSU.
Okay.
And not only that, when you doodle on those WNBA women say, I have no intention of going. Wait a minute. I thought you trying to change the narrative and get people to focus on the WNBA. You stupid girl. If you go to the WNBA, you might be the first one to get the bag to draw more young girls to that arena.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn.
Well, listen, are you a father? I forget. We've spoken before. Are you a father?
Yeah, I got a little girl.
Okay. I don't want to call her names, Angel Reese. She's 20 years of age. She's entitled to make mistakes. And I'm not even saying she made mistakes. She said a few things on the Shade Room. We ain't going. And then she said a joke when the Joe Biden invitation came up initially for both teams, LSU and Caitlin's team, Iowa. She's 20. She's 20. Can't she?
I mean,
hang on.
Wrong. Sorry, go ahead.
She's 20. Can't she say something that is not necessarily politically correct and then correct herself? I thought the way she was sitting on SportsCenter, talking like a very well-mannered young female, maybe nobody called her. Maybe she just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to the White House. Maybe she realized herself.
She's human. We all are allowed to make mistakes and change our opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold nothing bad on her like that. The only thing I did say about that recently is just I just mean just simmer down a little bit and just like don't get caught up in the web because they're gonna use her for political stuff. And I don't want to see a homegirl be used like that. But she is 20. Respect to her to win the championship, big
20.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's only 20.
How old are your daughters? With all due respect, how old are your daughters?
She's 3.
Oh, wow. So you just got the one?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay. I don't have any biological kids. I mean, I have kids who claim they're my kids. It's hard for me to critique what they're doing. I mean, if somebody asks me for some advice or something, I'll see what it is that I can do. But they're very different now. They're very, very different. And I don't want to be that older guy who's just, tearing them apart. They live with the burden of social media. And that's what I remind myself of. If YouTube were around when I were in my 20s, I'd be in the penitentiary right now serving life. YouTube, Instagram. I'd be out of here.
Yeah, it's a different era,
Yeah. So, but I don't want to tell you what you should say or what you should think, but we have to let them make mistakes. But you have the last word. Go ahead, Jake the Great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I want to touch on the moon landing also, and actually one question at the end. I don't want to take your time, but
go ahead.
On the moon landing thing, we did not go to the moon. I don't believe that at all. Not only that, I don't believe outer space even exists because every time they launch a rocket, they always give us the same 3 camera angles. Okay, here comes the rocket. It's taking off. Then they show us the camera angle where the little rocket boosters fall off. And then we never get a good picture. You even go to NASA.com or we're working on International Space Station. Okay, where are the stars? It's just a bunch of crazy stuff. And on the XFL thing, The Rock owns the XFL. It's just like in a D League for the NFL right now. I follow sports. I be up on all that stuff. So The Rock owns the XFL. It failed the first time. It didn't have no funding because they had weird names in the back of the jersey like He Hate Me and Where They At Now. So that failed. Now they rebirthing it along with the USFL.
Okay.
Basically, they're like minor leagues of the NFL for niggas that, they want to keep their football dreams alive. They can go play there. Colin Kaepernick ain't going to play over there because right now he's basically kind of trash. You in the NFL, go ahead. In the NFL, your window opens and then it closes. And right now he's too political. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't trying to see it. Just sit down because I play football. That's the place where you get away from the white versus black.
Okay.
When he did that, you know what I'm saying? You want to kneel, that's all you. But like I felt the type of way because now you when we go to the stadium, I'm not looking at you as you a nigga and you wild. We both cheering for the Cowboys. We both cheering for whatchamacallit. So I feel like he was the one that brought in all that political stuff. So we don't really want it, and we ain't missing them.
Okay.
And respectively, if I can ask you one question, Star.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, just say as a person trying to start a YouTube channel, like, can you explain like how these YouTube algorithms really work? You know what I'm saying? Like how are they running? Do you know? And that's all I got. And I appreciate your time, man.
That's a conversation, man. A minimum of 30 minutes. I do consultations. Send me an email. But it's not just, I want to start a YouTube channel. You have to be consistent. You have to do a show even when you don't feel like doing a show. You have to get an understanding of your target demo. You have to try some things. When they don't work, go back, do some other things. You have to want to be a content creator. You can't just think it's going to be a side hustle. You have to jump from the frying pan into the fire, in my opinion. It's worth it. It's worth it, but if things don't work, you can't get discouraged. You have to shift gears. You have to find a way to make it work. But it's a 30-minute conversation, seriously, because I need to email you things. You need to look at numbers, crunch some things, learn what perceptuals are, and but I might be able to help you. Send me an email.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great
Yes,
night.
sir. Thank you. Okay. Guys, I want to put something else on the table with regards to the question that I've proposed to you. Did NASA fake the moon landing? If you're just now joining us, we've been discussing a whole lot of stuff here in the last 2 hours. I've been asking about the retro reflectors that are on the moon right now. How did they get there? If mankind never went to the moon, how are those retro reflectors there? Google it, However, me being a sci-fi reader, a lover of science fiction books, not just films, but books, because there's many theories and realities that have not made it to film yet, to my knowledge. I just want to say that early. But here's something I want to put on the table. Vertical landing. Rockets, vertical landing, for those who know what I'm talking about. China inches closer to SpaceX tech with successful vertical landing demo. This came out years ago. Pardon me, this particular article. Gizmodo.com, let me just say that. Some of the landing procedures, that's the word, procedures that we're just now achieving, such as China and vertical landing for rockets. The rocket to be able to land, the thrusters that keep it from crashing, that technology wasn't available to us, or those types of ways to stop a spaceship from crashing. Think about that for a second. But yet and still we've seen, slow landings, anyway, just want to say that. Area code 585. Good evening, are you there? Talking about a few topics. Late night show. Okay, they hung up for some reason. Hold on. Big IK got your donation. I think they faked the footage for the viewers just in case we would have seen aliens or something. They didn't want to freak the public out, okay? Then he says, nah, Big Pharma just turning people into junkies with their pills. A lot of these niggas been gay. niggas like Tevin Campbell. Gangsta of Love, and RuPaul. Okay, Big Eye, keep the bullshit. Did NASA fake the moon landing? Hold on a second. Okay, Jake, I got your donation. Thank you again, sir. Hey, Patrice, thank you for checking in. Yeah, late night Saturday. I just, I was here, and felt that we should have these conversations. Deneen, hi, Deneen. I got your donation. I was just in New York, Deneen. I just got back. What was it, last week? Troll babies, last week. Not going back for another 30 days. I got some work to do down here, and this is April. Hold on a second. I'm trying to move out of this house. I'm in Woodstock. I'm trying to move out of here in April, May, June, July. I'm not sure if I'm going back to New York. I've got options. That's the great thing about life. But thank you for your donation, okay? Is it Mallard? Mallard, I got your donation. Hip Hop on Trial. Oh, I forgot to mention that to you guys. Hip Hop on Trial on YouTube. You guys up to speed? Hip Hop on Trial. Salute to the female who runs that page. She keeps me in the loop on things and reminds me what's going on or what happened in the past, and Hip Hop on Trial on YouTube. She posted a video a couple days ago. She's got some stuff in the community section. For those who still, and I hope that you are concerned about the Africa Bambaataa story that I broke in 2016. Molestation. That's what that story is about. Anything else, any other narrative, I'm not interested in. I'm just not. For those of us who are from the New York tri-state area, we've been hearing for decades about, I'll just say things, and I don't even want to keep repeating those things because that's not what's important. But in that community section, again, Hip Hop on Trial, there is an apology from the Zulu Nation, okay? So take a little time and check out some of the other videos as well. I want your comments, and I want to know that you, for those of you who are from the inner city areas or the projects, if you will, that you care about the topic of molestation. Again, I don't have to speak on anybody's behalf, Layla Wills or whoever, but the topic of one-time young black men, now fathers and grandfathers, if you don't care about it, other people will dismiss it. And stay on topic about molestation, not the other stuff, okay? Check that site out. Area code 929. Good evening. Are you there? 929?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Coming up on the morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Where do you want to start?
Well, I'm just gonna go back on a topic regarding if NASA faked the moon landing.
Yes, yes.
Is it okay if I go back on that topic?
Please, yeah, that's one of our topics. Yeah, tonight. 3 topics.
Well, did you ever see the Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I remember that film. Mm-hmm.
There's some symbolism behind that, and everything Hollywood gives away the secrets behind the government.
Okay.
Or do you agree with that? That government, that Hollywood every year with these movies give away the secrets with the government.
I'm okay.
And we find out about the technology and all that stuff.
I'm okay with that. Go ahead.
You're talking about vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but you're talking about vertical landing in Hollywood movies regarding, they will show that they're doing vertical landing, and the whole public thinks that they're doing vertical landing already. Would you agree with that?
Well, they're in the movies, in the films, they have been showing us vertical landing for decades, if you will.
I know, because like every year, like in these movies, we don't know what technology the government is using or not. With all these movies that fascinates us, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just at awe with all these, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But not to go off topic, but the NASA and the fake landing, it doesn't really matter, Because I know you're not an atheist, respectfully, to agree to disagree. But in the Bible, in Genesis, they say that there's a firmament in the sky. Going back to the Truman Show, when the symbolism where they show when Jim Carrey at the end of the movie is going on a boat and he keeps going and it poof, what's this? It's like we're in a dome. We live underneath a dome. You know that? Because of the firmament in the sky, according to the Genesis. I forgot which chapter. I think it's the first chapter, actually, that shows that it's in plain sight that there's a firmament, that there's no space travel. There will be. Now, underneath the dome...
Well, hang on a second, sir, with all due respect.
So it is possible...
Hang on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And NASA could have gone to the moon.
Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Are you a Jew?
No, I'm not a Jew.
Okay. Well, hang on. Let's have a question at a time.
Hold
here.
on. I'm not Jewish.
Okay.
I'm not Jewish because I've been subconsciously taking that I'm not a Jew.
Okay.
So the term is I'm not Jewish. Yes, I am a Jew. That is correct. I believe I'm a Jew.
Okay.
But I'm not Jewish.
Okay. So the Bible that you referenced, that's your book, because
the King James version, which is available for the masses out there.
Judaism. Are you a practicing Jew? Judaism.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Unfortunately,
the Bible has nothing to do with you. People always want to reference the Bible, the King James version, quote unquote.
Wait, hold on, Star. Respectfully, Star. The Bible can disprove science itself.
No, sir. If you believe the Bible, that's fine. But the Bible, for the most part, is folklore.
But if you read the Bible, if you actually read the Bible, it can disprove
I've read the
a lot of
Bible.
the scientists.
Sir, don't assume I haven't read the Bible. You're making the mistake of assuming I haven't read the
you're
Bible.
You're right.
Because I'm
Respectfully,
an
you're right.
atheist.
If you never read the Bible, I'm a fall back.
I became an atheist by way of a rational awakening.
I'm a fall back on that one.
If folklore is your thing,
okay, if
If folklore is your thing, sir, and you like to reference different things in the Bible, that's fine. But don't try and push, well, the Bible said this, so it's got to be true. Go ahead.
Okay, you're right.
Go ahead. Continue on.
So, how would you determine if the NASA moon landing was real or not, and not taking into accountability of the Bible or not reference the Bible? Wow, I haven't gone there yet.
Okay.
Because that's why they're able to push what they're pushing.
Can you guess? Can you give us a guess, sir? Give us a guess. Did NASA fake the moon landing? Give us a guess.
No. I can't. So I can't.
Okay.
Because you said I can't reference the Bible. I can't reference the Bible. So that's why NASA is going to continue to what they're doing.
If you must.
And you know what?
Sir. If you must.
I'll make a donation.
If you must.
But before you let me go.
Sir, if you must,
the moon,
sir, if you must reference the Bible, do so. Did NASA?
Right, okay, I'm sorry. I did it again.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I tried. God damn. I said you could reference the Bible. Did NASA fake the moon landing or not? 585, you're my last caller. Just hang on a second. I got to take a sip of wine. I'll be right back. Damn. How patient am I, troll babies, huh? Give me props for being patient. I tried. Shit. Whew. Okay. All right. Hang on a second. Big IKEA got your PayPal donation. Want to make sure I got everybody before I shut it down. This has been a good discussion. Blade, I got your email. Okay. And, okay, you're my last caller, 585. Good evening. Are you there? Coming up on the morning, 585.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Can you hear me, Star?
Yes, sir. Where do you want to chime in? Angel Reese going to the White House. Did NASA fake the moon landing, or is Big Pharma making us gender fluid?
I want to chime in on this alleged moon landing.
Go ahead.
Personally, I think that they have been going to the moon, but they've shown us when they want us to think we're going to the moon.
What we need to know.
It's been,
What we need to know.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's like that one Cat Williams skit where he's saying, when they first showed us, they're popping up in the sky, everybody's out there, but now they're sending rockets when we're sleeping at night. When we're watching the Super Bowl, they're going out and exploring and stuff like that.
Okay. Whoever they is, go ahead. You have the floor.
Or NASA, excuse me.
Continue.
And there's actually a video. There's a video of Buzz Aldrin, one of the alleged, first people to actually step on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's talking to Conan O'Brien. You talking about the Conan O'Brien interview?
Actually, I think it's another interview where a little girl asked him a question.
Yeah. Earlier, I referenced the Conan O'Brien interview where he's talking about you saw animation and some other things, but I don't want to just broad stroke it, but it's what people have tried to latch on to, conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. But good, you were saying, go ahead.
But yeah, I think they've definitely been to the moon. A lot of the first NASA scientists were, some of the smartest Nazis, some of the smartest human beings. So they're not just going to put that mind, to waste.
Yeah, I mean, I've been stirring the pot here, but there are retro reflectors on the moon. You know that, yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So somehow they got there, and as far as the technology that was used at that particular point in time, they say they don't have it anymore, not because it mysteriously vanished, but, technology has advanced. So you have newer generations that didn't study certain ways of utilizing hydrogen and nitrogen and things like that. But, it's over the decades, more people tend to disbelieve. But go ahead and finish up, please.
Yeah. And also regarding, it's interesting you mentioned Colin Kaepernick regarding the XFL. I think he would.
Go ahead.
I think he would never go. He wants to stick it to the NFL owners. So he wants to literally, if he's not in the NFL, he doesn't want to play anywhere. He wants to stick it to those owners and show them, hey, my afro is still under this helmet. Yeah. I'm still gonna kneel, and you guys are still gonna pay me.
Yeah, he got a settlement. Nobody cares about Colin Kaepernick. I was just curious, that guy I was speaking to earlier about the XFL, because I was in the gym and I saw what I thought was a recent video. But, I don't think anybody believes that guy anymore, man. But, hey, man, I appreciate the call. You have the last word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Awesome show as always.
Thank you.
Peace and love to everybody.
Stay
righteous.
Yes, sir. Take care. Okay. All right, we're done. Over 2 hours. Miss Winters got your donation. Thank you so much. She says, great convo, entertainment per usual. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much. All right, folks, have a great night. What's left of it. Check out Devious J. As I said earlier, great work this guy does. If you're trying to hire someone to do video work, his editing is elite. All right, tell him I sent you, okay? I might see you tomorrow, Sunday.
Thank you.